life at the cost of replacement. I'll try and prolong their life at the cost of replacement. Alright guys, it's about 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. The Duramax is undercoated, it's all finished. It needs to be cleaned up, but I'm going to let it sit here over the weekend till Monday and drip what it's going to drip. You can see the floor is a disaster, but that's what the oil dries for. And we'll clean that up. Once it's all said and done, we got to get all this equipment put away. It all gets stuffed back. You can see my sprayer back there in the corner. There's a little doorway there, and there's probably a 20 by 20 room back there. So that's where that stuff's going to go. And get that stuff squared away and get this truck finished up. We just got to get the spray and bed liner on that header panel there and a little bit on the floor. I got some crap in here, so we got to do that, and then we're going to get the diamond plate bed rails to put back over this to protect the tops of the bed. It looks hazy, but that's oil overspray all over this truck, so it'll need a bath. I mean, it's dripped all over the exhaust, and we'll wipe all that down before I put any time on this truck. So that's a quick look. I mean, you can see how nice and greasy looking it is. That should help the problem. I've sprayed up in the holes behind here. There's 3 holes on the back side of this panel where there were plugs originally, and I will put the plugs back in just to keep crap from collecting and laying in this ridge. And there's also a panel plastic that goes back here that keeps stuff from being flung up. Those are still out from when I did the work on it. Those will go back in. And same thing with behind the rockers. There's 3 or 4 plugs back there. Those will all get reinstalled. You can see where I squirted up in the doors, which already had fluid film in them, but it's running down the rockers. A lot of you guys would say, oh my god, that's awful, but I want that stuff to run out of every cavity on this truck as much as it's going to till it stops running. And then we'll clean it up. Sprayed the brake lines and fuel lines down good. I had a fuel line return line break on this truck this summer, and it was just weeping a little bit of fuel, and I went to the dealership to price the lines, and they're $1,200 for fuel lines for this truck because they go all the way up to the high pressure oil pump, the fuel side of that, or the fuel rail, whichever direction that goes. I'm not sure how the Duramax works. I know the Ford uses high pressure oil to fire the injectors. So yeah, $1,200. So I spliced them back together with what did I use? I used like transmission or fuel injection line, the high pressure stuff with double clamps on each fitting. So it broke right down by the fuel cooler, which is right down there. If you've ever been under one of these, it's I don't know that we can really see it. I don't want to get under the truck. You can see right there, maybe. The camera doesn't want to focus, there's not really enough light, but there's a fuel cooler back there, and they broke right at that thing. And of course, when I had the bed off this truck, I coated inside the frame rails and all around in there, doing like I normally would, whether the bed was on or off. It just made it a hell of a lot easier. So that was still nice and wet in there, but I went ahead and soaked it again. Down every one of these supports for the bed is oiled, and also that fits kind of like a U shape, and it's spot welded or resistance welded to the bed. And there's gaps because the bed floor isn't flat, and I went along the edge of that and just blew oil down each side of it. So that's the way I do these. Any questions on the hows or whys or whats? I know I showed a little bit of the stuff in the previous video, but for some reason anybody wants to know more about this, I'd be happy to do another explanation. So hope you guys are having a good one. I'm going to go home and watch the OSU Michigan game today, and I'm not a big sports nut, but it's my wife's alma mater, so we're going to watch. So enjoy your afternoon, guys, and maybe we'll have something for you later.